We made this podcast on Apple and Spotify that was released this morning titled It's Time to Forget What Has Been and Start Looking into the Future. It's 2025. It blows my mind that people still adopt the victim mindset of what has been. Oh my God, slavery. We know the impact of slavery. Even till this day, we know how detrimental colonization was to our very existence. Not just what happened, but what is still happening. But freedom was given to us. That is enough for us to pick up and do something good with our lives. While some will say we don't have freedom, let's break it down. Nobody is going to help a group of people where their leaders rub shoulder with people in first world country. Take for example, in Nigeria, we have kings that wear wristwatch of $150,000 / $200,000. And they live in an economy where their citizens survive off of $20 in a month. Where the minimum wage is around $15 in a month. Think about that for a second. If you are an outsider and you see their leaders, you see the way they lead, nobody is talking about this. But if you're to point the fingers, you point the fingers on slave masters, colonization that took place hundreds of years ago, and you adopt a victim mindset. Don't get me wrong, I understand how detrimental slavery was because I'm a student of life. In this book, The Art of War by Sun Tzu said the most superior art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting the enemy. I understand. I know how to subdue people. You attack them psychologically. You tell them who they are continuously until they believe it. And they be the one to do the work for you, which is they start telling their children and children. I know how this thing works. But it is time to forget what has been. Obviously, every one of you listening to me right now, you have a cell phone and you have access to internet. It is time for you to chin up and do what is best. Not just for us though, because we are going. But for those that are coming into the job market, the future of our generation. Think about that for a second though. I have never for once seen a situation where two Caucasians are arguing and one of them present himself as superior than the other one. Let me give you an example. New York, Chicago, which is Illinois, and Texas, there are three different ethnic backgrounds of Caucasians. These are three different white people. They talk differently. They have different skin color, different hair color. They are completely different. But as far as we are concerned, because we've been in this country for a long time, what we know about them is this. They believe in this mind frame of white superiority. You will never see them fight and criticize each other and say, I am more better than you. New York does not believe New York is better than Texas. As a matter of fact, they respect one another. It is only in Africa when one ethnic background believe that they are more better than another ethnic backgrounds. Yoruba people will criticize the Igbo people. Igbo people will criticize the Yoruba people. Both of them will condemn the Hausa people. Hausa people believe that they are more superior than everybody. Yoruba believe that no, they should be in power. It doesn't even make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. The system is so designed right now all around the world, even in these United States where we live. The system is designed in a way where Africans are wired to be consumers. Africans do not create nothing. Africans don't create industries all around the world. Africans do not create no. In this United States, for example, black people are known as consumers. In a year, they consume around 60 billion. Is it 66 billion? $6 billion of consumption. Not food though. Consumption. I'm talking about you make your paychecks, you buy things that you don't necessarily need. Think about that for a second. The same thing in Africa. There is no continent in this world that consumes more bottle of champagne than Africans. If those bottles of alcohol was created in Africa, it would have made a lot of sense. That means it's going to provide, job opportunity. But it was imported from another continent. It is a flex to be able to buy a bottle of champagne. It's a flex to be able to buy expensive wristwatch. Only in the continent of Africa are we boastful and prideful off of consuming other people's products, and we spend money. We spend ridiculous money off of this mindless behavior. And in the same instance, a typical African man is going to adopt victim mindset immediately, almost like it feels justified. You get me? And he wants you to see why he's living that way. That I have suffered a lot. Suffered from what? Check the link in the bio. Go to Apple or Spotify and check out the podcast. Be well.